Hey guys, Josh here, and today I'm going to talk about the combat beta updates. So I'm currently on the combat beta, going to just AFK a bit of bandos at the moment, so we'll set everything up, put on the turmoil, soul split and protect item already on, not that I actually need protect item, drink some overloads, and I think that's all good. So oh, there we go, let's enter the boss room. I'm using this interface. This is like my skilling interface, but I thought I'd use it just because I can't play on the client, my interface kind of like breaks up my old one. Well, I just got hit 3k. That is definitely new. I didn't think bandits can hit 3ks, so they've definitely changed something there. But yeah, my old interface, it kind of like splits up on the basic because it has like the extra space from Chrome, so like the URL bar and everything. So I'm playing this one for now, and I'm getting just torn right now. Wasn't expecting this. I'm using tank. Oh wow, what? I just died. Can't say what I wow. Okay, so bosses are actually bosses again. Yeah, I'm not quite sure like what to do now. I think I'll probably pause the video here and kind of go re-gear up and everything and go back again. But yeah, I didn't think that was gonna happen. I got hit at 4k. Like, I swear, in the live game Bandos max is like 1.5k if you're not praying melee. That was kind of insane. So yeah, I guess I'll be back in a minute to actually talk about the updates then. Okay, so it's time for attempt 2 now. I'm back, and actually all my stuff's on the floor there. I just realised, but I've imported my save again, so I've got everything. Bought a full yak of Rocktail soups, and also I've now set my quick prayers to pray melee, so I've learnt my lesson. Didn't realise bosses can actually hit you now, because obviously like in the live game, Bandos is never going to down you if you actually pay attention. So it's really awesome to see that you can actually get killed by Grador, and like bosses actually do hit you now. I'll probably test this out a bit more later, maybe try next as well. But yeah, it's really cool to see that. So let's give this another go then, and then I'll talk about some of the updates. I'll skip through some of them, like the ability changes. I don't really know like how that's going to affect stuff, so you can kind of just read what they've done with those yourself. But I'll talk about some of the main stuff. Let me just make sure I'm not going to die this time. Everything seems okay. So okay, firstly, life point bonuses has been removed from the majority of armors, apart from neck sets and upwards. So this one, kind of bringing it back to pre-EOC, a lot more. Constitution is so much more valuable now. A lot of your, pretty much all your life points comes from Constitution now rather than armors, so that's really nice to see. This is currently slightly broken. Apparently neck sets give you life point boosts, but level 90 armors don't. Tank armor does. Like, I've got superior ports gear here. You can see it has a life point bonus, but if I go on Malevolent, there is no life point bonus when it should have, so that needs a bit of a fix. But I would say that power armor probably shouldn't have a life point bonus. Maybe just leave it to tank armor, kind of to separate them even more and make it really so like tank armor is for tanking and power armor is for doing that DPS. So they could possibly change that, because you do get like a fair bit of damage from power armor now, so it could be worth changing it that way. The next one is crits have been removed, and they've brought back strength bonus, which is awesome to see. So this will increase your max hit. As you'll see now on stuff like the rings, they've removed critical hit chance, and I've now got strength bonus in all 3 styles, so that's really nice. It actually like it adds quite a lot. If you look at this, I mean, it's going to make rings and jewelry a lot more useful. So 21 strength bonus from a 6th circuit. A helm gives 23, so like even compared to the body, like 34 for tier 90 gear, like it actually gives a fair bit. And like this has more than boots, tall boots, more than Razorback gauntlets, so like jewelry actually matters quite a lot. Dragon Rider 30 in all. I'm probably like, before jewelry didn't matter at all, like crit wasn't important, so I was using stuff like Dragon Rider, which is like not really the best. Now I'm probably definitely going to invest in stuff like Whispers, all the Sarah sets, just because they are really good now. So I'll probably have a look at that. Special attacks now scale with your level, which I'll show this off now actually. If we do a spec, so oh no, need to get both of them on, but basically this should like pretty much hit all of them. Yes it did, as you see there. So pretty much with 99 attack you're going to hit your spec a lot more often than like having sort of like the 60 attack required for the gear like your dragon weapons. So that's really nice because the spec currently scales with damage, so it's nice that it now scales with accuracy as well, attack level, so that's really good to see. The rest of it, there's not too much more I want to talk about, so there's a few more bits down here. So firstly, scaled healing based on constitution level has now been removed from food, so that means that anything so like in the live game, if you eat a rocktail with like 30 constitution, it will only heal equivalent to like whatever the level 30 constitution food is. So they removed that, so like you get the full healing effect from any food, which I mean doesn't really affect me because I'm max obviously, but I don't really mind this change. Not really sure who was asking for it, but I mean I think it's okay, because the fact is, like, if you're like a level like 50, you're not going to be using rocktails just because of the price, and that's what like separates sort of the food levels. So I don't think it's going to devalue like lower level food too much just because people can't afford the high level food. So I mean that's perfectly fine. I think there's not too much wrong there. And actually quickly, in terms of health, with the no life point bonuses, everyone has well, 99 HP gives you 9,900 life points. So I think, or is it 9,000? Wait a minute, let me just check quickly. Yeah, okay, 9,900 life points, and you can boost that with obviously the gear. You get a boost of about like around 20% of your life points, I think, from tank gear and stuff. So it's not too good. Like if you compare it to like pre-OC, wow, if I can speak, next sets gave you a boost of like around like 50% of your life points. So I mean it's not amazing, but it does just mean that like everyone's got the same life points. It's a bit easier to balance, and it just means like the higher level gears are actually worth a bit more as well. Now they've got the same like, well, they've actually got like an advantage over lower level gears in terms of life points, so that's quite nice there. Food now triggers a global cooldown, so for that's in PvP, and no longer drains adrenaline in player versus everything. So that's something I didn't realise. If we just try it there, it actually does. That's, oh okay, no, food triggers a global cooldown everywhere, I think, but it does drain adrenaline in PvE, it looks like, so that's kind of weird. But that should be fixed at some point. Resonance healing now scales with the level of shield, so high level shield you get better healing. That's just a nice change to see. Adrenaline bars now show again in PvP. Poison takes into account offhand weapons, so you can just hit a bit more poison. You can now slow down the dark core at Corp by poisoning it, so that's quite nice. And I guess the last thing is the special attack button is now in Constitution, the Constitution tab rather than like next to the bar. So I mean that's pretty much all they've done, all the major stuff. Some of these changes really like are really good. I mean it's moving closer to pre-OC, which I know some people don't like, but I do think like the most of these changes really do benefit the game, sort of moving towards pre-OC in some aspects. The main thing I want to see next is I want to see them buff prayers slightly. Like when you look at Turmoil compared to pre-OC, it's pitiful, and then when you compare it to Piety, it's even worse. So if they buff that a bit and buff Soul Split a bit as well, like that would be really nice to see. And the other thing is actually just to go back to 990 HP, because now that everyone like has 900 or 9,900, and each level gives you 100 Constitution, it would make sense. Well, not really make sense, but like it wouldn't really matter going back to 990. It'd just be nice. It's a bit more like easy to see what's going on. Like sort of hitting thousands doesn't mean as much as hitting hundreds, I would say. So if they bring back 990 being max and then like boosting that with armors, that would be really cool to see as well. So hopefully they do consider that. But yeah, that is basically all I want to talk about. That's pretty much all the updates they've released for the beta. So you can check it out on the homepage as well, read it for yourself. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and see you later.